So my job as a communications manager is to devise and then deliver the communication strategy for F1 Academy. That essentially means deciding what we want to tell our audience and how we want to tell them all about our mission, our objectives, and what we stand for as a series. So my day-to-day varies quite a lot depending on whether I'm at the track or whether I'm away from the track. At the track it means looking after all of the media activity that happens across a weekend. So that could be anything from events to driver interviews, partner activations, making sure that our drivers are where they need to be and on time, which is the most important thing. It also involves being the media delegate for the series, so that comes with its own set of responsibilities and is a more official role. That essentially just means that I need to make sure that all of the drivers fulfill their media requirements, like going to the media pen. So you might see me a lot standing around the media pen, but that's actually quite a small part of my role. Away from the track, it is, like I mentioned, kind of working on the strategy for what we want to tell our audience and how we want to tell them. It might be drafting press releases, updating our senior stakeholders on timelines for when we can or can't announce something, developing relationships with the media. It's a really wide-ranging role. I think one of my favourite parts of this role is actually just getting to see a piece of coverage go from an initial pitch all the way to being printed or published online. Recently we worked with our partner Charlotte Tilbury to deliver a front cover for the Financial Times How to Spend It magazine, and going from an initial conversation about maybe inviting a journalist all the way to a physical print cover was such a rewarding experience. That's probably the moments where you see your job kind of really come to life. So before I was the communications manager for F1 Academy, I was the communications manager for F2 and F3, which is F1's other support categories. That role really helped prepare me for this role. It taught me a lot about how the feeder series work. It introduced me to all of the incredible teams that we work with now in F1 Academy, and it really immersed me into the world of F1. Before that, I was working at PR agencies for about 6 or 7 years. That was also really valuable experience because working at an agency means you're working on 5, 6, 7, 8 clients. You have to be able to have really good time management skills, you have to learn to juggle things, and you have to be able to switch your brain between things very quickly, which is also a skill that you very much need to work in motorsport. I think someone that I really look up to and who's been a great mentor for me is Stephanie Carlin. She has had an incredible career in this sport. She joined in a junior communications role, so hence why she's been a role model of mine for a while, and she's worked her way up to be a really senior figure at McLaren Racing now. If a young girl wanted to work in motorsport comms, I would say focus on the subjects that might help you to get here. So English is a great one. You have to have a really good grasp of language, so studying something like English language would be certainly really helpful. Take every opportunity you can, because if it's there, if the door is open, you're ready for it. As a fan, I never saw women. You didn't see them represented. I really hope that in 5 years' time, when you turn on a TV, a little girl will look and see an engineer who's a woman and see a mechanic who's a woman. The strategies we're putting in place, the initiatives and programs we're introducing will all help with that swell of change that's coming.